Quick overview of a Getrag 265 5-speed manual gearbox that I have for sale here at GM6 Spares. I know nothing about this gearbox as I don't know the car that it came out of, but going by my experience of 30 years of driving Monzas and 20 years of restoring them professionally and selling good quality used parts, I'm just going to look at the three things which tell me quickly whether or not the gearbox is any good. First thing is the resilience of the selector mechanism. On an old gearbox that's done a lot of mileage, it will feel rather sloppy, but I can feel that the spring on this is really quite firm and hard, suggesting that it hasn't done a huge mileage. In fact, it's even firmer than the one on my own Monza, which has only covered 60,000 miles. Also, having a look at the output flange, usually they have a groove on them where the oil seal has worn into it after many miles. This one, I can't see any groove at all, only a little bit of surface corrosion where the gearbox has been left idle for some while in a shed. It's important that these go on the right way. There's one of these splines is wider than the others. I'll leave that until later. However, the most important thing really is the oil inside it. These gearboxes are supposed to have a sort of semi-synthetic oil supplied by Vauxhall, similar to automatic transmission fluid, and originally during the 80s and early 90s it was red in colour. The part number continually changes if you buy it from Vauxhall or Opel, and the current part number is more of a clear colour. What you definitely do not want to find is grey, black, sludgy oil inside it where someone has put in ordinary gearbox oil, which is completely wrong for these and can damage them. So I've already loosened this filler plug so it's easy to get off. Sometimes they're a bit stiff, and also there's no sign of it having been damaged by previous efforts to get it off, so it actually undid quite easily, which is always a good sign. So here we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip some folded white paper inside, which will tell me what colour the oil is. Right, as you can see, it's a lovely red translucent colour, which in fact is not far different to when it comes out of the bottle when refilling. So this is either the original oil or it's been replaced fairly recently, but either way it's a very good sign and suggests that the gearbox has been well maintained and or is low mileage. I'm suspecting now that it is low mileage. The other thing which can give some indication is the wear on the gear knob. On the Monza gear knob, it's got a sort of textured surface, but it's only plastic, and it can wear away quite quickly. So on a high mileage gearbox or a high mileage car, this top bit will be quite flat and shiny. In fact, the symbols may have worn down until the point where they're almost not legible. But this one, you can see all the symbols are quite clear and quite deep, and you can still see some of the texture of the original knob. So again, that suggests that the mileage is not excessive, and in fact it's probably rather similar to my own Monza GSE, which is, as I said, only done 60,000 miles. Little wear from where it's been scuffed from storage, but other than that it's in pretty good condition, as Monza gear knobs go. So overall, I present this gearbox as almost certainly a very good condition one, which I can sell with confidence. The Monza gear change mechanism, which is this part up to there, I always sell separately, because these gearboxes are used in other cars, for example Jaguars, with a different rear casing. Note also that the bell housing is detachable, which is another reason why it's popular. It can be fitted to a variety of different cars or conversions by changing the bell housing to suit the engine that it's going on. I sell this separately, especially as this one hasn't got a wear groove in it. They're in demand these days and can fetch good money. If it's going into Monza, I'm quite happy to sell these extra parts as well, but obviously I'd like a bit more money. The same goes for the speedo drive here, which coming out of a Monza is a red one. Sorry, you can't see it with the camera, it's on the other side here. So just to reiterate, the gearbox is for sale without the gear change mechanism. All you get is the rod coming out. Without the speedo drive gear, without the drive flange for the prop shaft. Again, the rubber mounting at the back here, if it's in good condition, I sell separately, but this one has been suffered from age and is looking a bit dodgy, so I won't bother with that. You'll need to find a good replacement for that one, I think. And there we are. You'll find this listed on eBay under GM6 Spares Co. Just search for Getrag 265 gearbox Monza Senator A.